It was late that evening when I came home, wiped out from a long shift. My wife, Sarah, was absorbed in her phone, pretending to be focused on something urgent. Usually I wouldn't have minded, but as I passed by her, her screen flashed and I caught sight of a message. It read, "Hope your dumb husband doesn't get suspicious." My heart stopped. The message was from her boss. At first I tried to tell myself I'd misread it. Maybe it was a joke or some clumsy banner. But Sarah snapped her phone shut and shot me an anxious look, and the doubt vanished. This wasn't playful. Something was happening. My stomach turned with a mix of anger and disbelief. I didn't confront her in that moment. Instead, I kept things ordinary, asked about dinner, inquired about her day, even helped rinse the dishes. Inside, though, my thoughts were racing. Why would her boss write that unless there was something to hide? And why would she let it happen? That night, after she fell asleep, I quietly entered her phone using the code I knew. My hands trembled as I scrolled through her conversations. There was thread after thread between her and her boss. Flirtatious remarks, secret late-night meetups, and her mocking me behind my back, calling me too trusting. My chest tightened with each message. I barely slept, lying awake staring at the ceiling, realizing the woman I loved had been betraying me with her own boss, and that they believed I would never find out. The anger wasn't solely about Sarah's infidelity. It was the ease with which they dismissed me as a fool. By morning, I had a plan. I copied every message, every photo, every email I could access. I stored them in a hidden folder on my laptop and printed a selection. If they thought I was naive, I intended to prove how smart I could be. For the next week, I acted as if everything were fine. I kissed Sarah goodbye each morning, feigned interest in her stories, and complimented her cooking. All the while, I kept collecting evidence, tracking her whereabouts, noting her late nights at the office, and even recording some phone calls. Every new piece of proof fed the fire building inside me. Eventually, I contacted Sarah's company HR and sent them the messages and recordings. I also made sure her boss's wife received a tidy package of screenshots. Within days, an investigation began and his marriage started to unravel. Sarah, however, had no clue I was behind any of it. One evening, she came home in tears, telling me her boss had been suspended and his wife had filed for divorce. She claimed she didn't understand why everything at work was collapsing. I listened, nodded, and pretended sympathy while feeling a quiet satisfaction grow. A week later, I asked her to sit down. I set the printed messages on the table before her. She froze, her face losing color as the reality hit. "You thought I was dumb?" I asked, my voice cold. She stammered, attempting explanations that sounded hollow. She begged for forgiveness, pleaded for another chance, but the damage was done. Trust, once shattered, isn't easily mended. I told her I wanted a divorce. For the first time, she truly grasped the cost of her betrayal. As the divorce moved forward, I made sure she received nothing beyond what she deserved. With the affair exposed at work, she lost her job and her good name. Her boss lost both his marriage and his career. The two who once laughed at me behind closed doors were now ruined, disgraced, and alone. The best part for me was that I never had to raise my voice. I didn't yell or fight. I simply exposed the truth they try to hide and let their actions destroy them. Now, months later, I look back and see that catching that single text changed everything. They assumed I was clueless. In the end, I was the one who walked away free, stronger and wiser. My wife's boss was right about one thing. I didn't get suspicious. I got revenge.